outside my sycamore tree, sing along with the green willow. Put a hand on her bosom, put a hand on her knee, sing willow, willow, willow. The willow sings, little boy, willow, willow, sing willow, willow.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. I was out for the last couple weeks, but I'm glad that I'm able to return, and I'm here with many of our regulars, myself, John, Bill, Henry, Shia, and Maggie just made it in. I am trying out a different streaming platform, Restream. I just want to kind of see how it goes. If people hate it, we'll go back to the other one. I like the fact that now, as a result of this, I'm able to stream to more than one place. So I'm sharing it on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Like, because we have a lot of fun here every Saturday, and I like the idea that more people would be able from outside can watch the show and see what we're doing, and also share their feedback on it. That's easier. One thing that I have noticed that's definitely the case, that is ideally we'd get more than 8, but looks like I can only have 6 people in the stream at a time. There's, again, I'm the only one on screen, but there's other people in the wing. But it looks like even in the waiting room, there's I can only have 6, whereas I could have 8 in the other one. However, I mean, ideally, I would like to get more than 8. As many, the more the merrier. But especially now that I'm sharing to Facebook as well, that's one more place. I will be just looking on my phone for where other people have comments. If you're present and but you're not in the stream yet, you can use that to let me know, and I can kick people out temporarily and then let you in depending on whose turn it is. While you're waiting your turn, you can be watching not on Restream, but on one of the other 2 platforms, YouTube or Facebook, and that's actually good. That'll help. That'll help boost us by having more people watching us from the outside. So that's just thing. So if you're not one of the 6, if you're one of the players that regularly is here, you're trying to get in. I don't know. Look us up on the link on your Facebook or YouTube. You can comment there. Let me know you're waiting to get let in. But anyway, that said, I seem to like how this is working so far, and we will bring up the wheel now. And based on the randomly chosen order in advance, we have John is going to perform first. Let me add him to the stream. So John is going to perform. Duke of Morocco and Merchant of Venice, looking up the 3 caskets. The first starts with the first of gold. And so John is up, and I am on deck. I'll go after John. Merchant of Venice, Act 2, Scene 7.
Okay, let me see. Merchant of Venice, Act 2.
This I don't like. That every time somebody makes a comment in the private chat, it comes right across my hand. I can't type anything else.
Okay. So all right. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay. The first of gold, who this inscription bears, Who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. The second, silver, which this promise carries, who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. The third, dull lead, with warning all is blunt. Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. How shall I know if I do choose the right? Some God direct my judgment. Let me see. I will survey the inscriptions back again. What says this leaden casket? Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. Must give. For what? For lead? Hazard the lead? This casket threatens. Men that hazard all do it in hope of fair advantages. A golden mind stoops not to show of dross. I'll then nor give nor hazard aught for a lead. What says the silver with her virgin hue? Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. As much as he deserves. Pause there, Morocco, and weigh thy value with an even hand. If thou be'st rated by the estimation, thou dost deserve enough. And yet enough may not extend so far as to the lady. And yet to be a third of my deserving were but a weak disabling of myself. As much as I deserve. Why, that's the lady. I do in birth deserve her, and in fortunes and graces and in qualities of breeding. But more than these, in love I do deserve. What if I strayed no further, but chose here? Let's see once more this saying engraved in gold. Who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. Why, that's the lady. All the world desires her. From the four corners of the earth they come to kiss this shrine, this mortal breathing saint. The Hyrcanian deserts and the vasty wilds of wide Arabia are as thoroughfares now for princes to come view fair foreshot. The watery kingdom, whose ambitious head spits in the face of heaven, is no bar to stop the foreign spirits, but they come, and o'er a brook to see fair Portia. One of these three contains her heavenly picture. Is it like that the lead contains her? 'Twere damnation to think so base a thought. It were too gross to rib her cerecloth in the obscure grave. Or shall I think in silver she's immured by 10 times undervalued to tried gold? Oh, sinful thought. Never so rich a gem was set in worse than gold. They have in England a coin that bears the figure of an angel stamped in gold, but that's insculped upon. But here an angel in a golden bed lies all within. Deliver me the key. Here do I choose and thrive, I as I may.
Okay, very nice. Now, I got to talk to. The obvious difficulty we're having is that this, whenever anybody puts anything in the private chat, please let me know if it's just me or if it's everybody that's saying. Whenever anything is the private chat, it's putting it directly in front of the screen and blocking everything. And is that not happening with you guys?
It's happening with me.
So it must be my setting. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to either disable the private chat or.
No, don't do that, please. We need to communicate sometimes.
Or at least disable from popping. It comes right, and it's really interfering with my ability to run the stream every time.
Okay, then do what you need to do.
Because I don't know, because I know it will help. I think on both platforms there was a way that you can put it in the chat that's public, but I don't know. I got to say.
Whatever my default is, right now, the top half of my screen is everybody. The bottom half is just me. But if I start posting in the chat, it will simply go below the image of everybody else. So it's not covering it at all.
Yeah, I gotta mess around with that and figure out how to how to not have it, especially if other people are saying it doesn't. I mean, I think Bill said it did on his end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It covers part of it on mine, but not the whole thing.
Yeah. So
yeah, it does cut out.
I gotta talk to Matt. I won't interrupt the game anymore, but maybe we can talk to you after. I mean, tell me what. Maybe you can help me figure out the setting on this, so I know how to not how I can have the chat enabled, but have it not come right up across, blocking the screen for us. I don't think that's a factor for the viewers because it's a private chat, but it's distracting for trying to perform with it. So anyway, so it is my turn. I'm up next. Maggie, you are on deck. You'll go after me. After I form, I'm going to do. Then we got, okay, Volumnia. This is mother. Act 5, Scene 3. Nay, go not from us thus. If it were so that our request did tend to save the Romans, thereby to destroy the Volsces whom you serve, you might condemn us as poisonous of your honor. No, our suit is that you reconcile them. While the Volsces may say, the mercy we have showed the Romans, this we received. And each and either side give the all hail to thee and cry, be blessed for making up this peace. Thou knowest, great son, the end of war is uncertain, but this certain, that if thou conquer Rome, the benefit which thou shalt thereby reap is such a name, whose repetition will be dogged by the curses, whose chronicle thus writ, this man was noble, but with his last attempt he wiped it out, destroyed his country, and his name remains to the ensuing age abhorred. Speak to me, son. Thou hast affected the fine strains of honor, to imitate the graces of the gods, to tear with thunder the wide cheeks of the air, and yet to charge thy sulphur with a bolt that should but rive an oak. Why dost not speak? Think'st thou it honorable for a noble man still to remember wrongs? Daughter, speak you. He cares not for your weeping. Speak, thou boy. Perhaps thy childishness will move him more than can our reasons. There's no man in the world more bound to his mother, yet here he lets me prate like one in the stocks. Thou hast never in thy life showed thy dear mother any courtesy, when she, poor hen, fond of no second brood, has clucked thee to the wars and safely home, loaden with honor. Say my request's unjust and spurn me back. But if it be not so, thou art not honest, and the gods will plague thee. thou restrainst from me the duty which to a mother's part belongs. He turns away. Down, ladies. Let us shame him with our knees. To his surname Coriolanus longs more pride than pity to our prayers. Down, an end. This is the last. So we will home to Rome and die among our neighbors. Nay, behold us. This boy that cannot tell what he would have, but kneels and holds hands for fellowship, does reason our petition with more strength than thou hast to deny it. Come, let us go. This fellow had a vulsion to his mother. His wife is in Corioli, and his child like him by chance. Yet give us our dispatch. I am hushed until our city be afire, and then I'll speak a little. Okay, thank you. All right, up next we have Maggie, and Henry is on deck. We'll go after Maggie. Maggie, you will be doing spinning for Maggie. What's she gonna do? Cry, Trojans, cry. That's mad prophetess Cassandra in Troilus and Cressida, Act 2, Scene 2.
Okay. Give me a second. In the scene, I'm scrolling. Paris, Hector, Troilus, Hector, Paris, Priam, Paris, Troilus. I'm not seeing. Oh, it's 4 lines. It's like 4 or 5 lines. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, it's a very short one. I think it's longer than that. But...
No, if I look at what it's, that's not the start of it, but it's only about, it's like 10 lines. Okay.
Okay.
Virgins and boys, mid-age and wrinkled, soft infancy, that nothing canst but cry, add to my clamors. Let us pay betimes a moiety of that mass of moan to come. Cry, Trojans, cry. Practice your eyes with tears. Troy must not be, nor goodly Ilion stand. Our firebrand brother Paris burns us all. Cry, Trojans, cry. A Helen and a woe. Cry, cry. Troy burns, or else let Helen go.
Okay, great. You know, it's a short one. But it's definitely a short but sweet one. It's very powerful in those few moments of her rant and her her prophecy of what's going to happen to Troy, which is so.
It's the same thing. The people with foresight always suffer because nobody believes them.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Henry is up, and then Bill is on deck. There he is. Okay, Henry, you are going to be doing Friends, Romans, Countrymen. Julius Caesar, Act 3, Scene 2.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this out of here and add.
I've got I've got it now.
Okay, hold
Can you
on.
hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it were a grievous fault, and grievously have Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honourable man, so are they all honourable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honourable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honourable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honourable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? Oh, judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me, my heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Okay, awesome. So up next we have Bill and then Shelia, our last two monologues before we start spinning for scenes. So Bill, here's Bill, and let's bring the wheel back. Bill is going to be performing. Let's see.
Yago.
So Yago.
2, 3. 2, 3.
It's notifying me that a guest is trying to join. The room is full. People that are just, if you're seeing, please. I was mentioning that is, especially since I'm streaming it also to YouTube and to Facebook. If you're trying to join, I don't think you can tell. Let me know in the comments either on Facebook or YouTube or an email. That way I'll know, and I can put you in the waiting room, and if I have to bump somebody else that gets a chance, just do that. So the people, whoever's trying to get in, I needed to make that announcement again. Sorry, Bill, did you have a question about this? You're not able to
I'm trying to find the speech.
It's toward the very end of the scene.
I'm looking at the MIT site, so I don't have any line numbers, but I did scroll all the way to the end. Is it perhaps the that first line in the middle of something? Because I don't see it at the top.
What's he then that says I play the villain?
Do we have the correct scene?
I might have got the wrong one.
I'm in 2-3, and I'm scrolling up and down, and I do not see him saying anything like that. And there are other characters in the scene. He's not alone.
Yeah, it's toward the very end, right before he has another bit with it closes the scene after Rodrigo comes in, but he's on stage alone saying that just before Rodrigo re-enters.
Oh, okay, I see it now, because it starts with, I was looking for the word what's, and it starts with and.
And what's he that? Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay. What's he that then says, I play the villain? When this advice is free, I give an honest trouble to thinking, and indeed the course to win the more again. For 'tis most easy the inclining Desdemona to subdue to any honest suit. She's framed as fruitful as the free elements, and then for her to win the more, were to renounce his baptism, all seals and symbols of redeemed sin. His soul is so enfettered to her love that she may make, unmake, do what she list, even as her appetite shall play the God with this weak function. How am I then a villain? To counsel Cassio to this parallel course, directly to his good. Divinity of hell, when devils will the blackest sins put on, they do suggest at first with heavenly shows as I do now. For well as this honest fool plies Desdemona to repair his fortunes, and she for him pleads strongly to the more, I'll pour this pestilence into his ear, that she repeals him for her body's lust. And by how much she strives to do him good, she shall undo her credit with the Moor. So will I turn her virtue into pitch, and out of her own goodness make the net that shall enmesh them all. See?
Okay, very nice. Such a twisted character. So fascinating at the same time. Okay, so Shelia will do our last monologue before we spin for scenes. And let's bring the wheel back to see what's going to do. Okay, so Shelia is going to do... Have you done this for? I think you were the one that recommended adding it to the
6-3.
I Edward will use women honorably. Henry VI Part 3. It's
Let me see. Okay, there's lots of short speeches. Wait,
this is a long one.
Yeah, let me think. This is 3-2. Okay. Oh, whoa. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Now, okay, so, who am I in relation to Edward? Am I Edward? Is it my son? Who is it?
No, you are Richard. You're the future Richard III. This is the prequel to the more popular play but it's the one that was the Henry VI trilogy that when Olivier made his version of Richard III, he worked in some stuff from including this monologue from the play that comes before it.
I must found it. I got it because I'm realizing I'm reading a few of the lines. Yes, this is a very good one.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Aye, Edward will use women honorably. Would he were wasted marrow, bones, and all, that from his loins no hopeful branch may spring. To cross me from the golden time I look for? And yet, between my soul's desire and me, the lustful Edward's title buried is Clarence, Henry, and his son, young Edward, and all the unlooked-for issue of their bodies to take their rooms where I can place myself. Oh, a cold premeditation for my purpose. Why then do I but dream on sovereignty, like one that stands upon a promontory and spies a far-off shore where he would tread, wishing his foot were equal with his eye, and chides the sea that sunders him from thence, saying he'll lade it dry to have his way? So do I wish the crown, being so far off. And so I chide the means that keeps me from it, and so I say I'll cut the causes off, flattering me with impossibilities, my eyes too quick, my heart o'erweens too much, unless my hand and strength could equal them. Well, say there is no kingdom then for Richard. What other pleasures can the world afford? I'll make my heaven in a lady's lap, and deck my body in gay ornaments, and witch sweet ladies with my words and looks. Oh, miserable thought! And more unlikely than to accompany 20 golden crowns. Why, love forswore me in my mother's womb, and for I should not deal in her soft laws, she did corrupt frail nature with some bribe to shrink mine arm up like a withered shrub, to make an envious mountain on my back, where sits deformity to mock my body, to shape my legs of an unequal size, to disproportion me in every part, like to a chaos or an unlicked bear whelp that carries no impression like the dam. And am I then a man to be beloved? Oh, monstrous fault, to harbor such a thought! Then, since this earth affords no joy to me but to command, to check, to o'erbear such as are of better person than myself, I'll make my heaven to dream upon the crown, and while I live, to account this world but hell, until my misshapen trunk that bears this head be round impaled with a glorious crown. For many lives stand between me and home, and I, like one lost in a thorny wood that rends the thorns and is rent with the thorns, seeking a way and straying from the way, not knowing how to find the open air, but toiling desperately to find it out, torment myself to catch the English crown, and from that torment I will free myself, or hew my way out with a bloody axe. Why, I can smile And murder wells I smile, and cry content to that which grieves my heart, and wet my cheeks with artificial tears, and frame my face to all occasions. I'll drown more sailors than the mermaid shall. I'll slay more gazers than the basilisk. I'll play the orator as well as Nestor. Deceive more slyly than Ulysses could, and like a Sinon, take another Troy. I can add colors to the chameleon, change shape with Proteus for advantages, and set the murderous Machiavel to school. Can I do this and cannot get a crown? Were it farther off, I'd pluck it down.
Okay. We've got a lot of awesome villains.
Oh, yes, goody.
A lot of awesome villain performances today between him and Iago. The sinister stuff out there. Okay, so we're now ready to for some scenes for the six of us. Let's see what we'll do. We got our first scene will be Midsummer Night's Dream, Demetrius and Helena. I think this is the part where he's saying, "Stop following me. I don't love you." Yeah. This is after she's running after him while he's running after Hermia. So Demetrius and Helena in Act 2, Scene 1. I believe that's what the scene is. Then we have next. Romeo and Juliet. Juliet and the Nurse. That's Act 2, Scene 5. So Juliet and the Nurse. Act 2, Scene 5. And then I'm gonna. This is a good one. I've been hoping we could do, but I'm gonna hold this for a while because it's 3 people and we've already got roles for 4 and there's 6 of us. So Caliban, that's one I just added. I would like to do it, but you know what? I think we did. If people object, let me know. But I think we did Juliet and the Nurse pretty recently. So what I'm going to do. I'm going to scratch that and so that we can do. I want to do that Tempest one. So Tempest. That is. No, I lost it. Yeah, Act 2, Scene 2 with the Tempest. Okay, so yeah, here's what let's do. So the choices will have Demetrius and Helena from Midsummer Night's Dream, and then the Tempest, Act 2, Scene 2. We have Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo. This is the scene where they think they meet him and think he's a monster out of the blanket. And then the 6th one will be a second monologue. So the 6 roles to choose from will be Demetrius, Helena, Caliban, Stefano, Trinculo, or a second monologue. So Shelia went last. So she will get first choice amongst those. What would you like?
I want to be Stefano.
Stefano. Okay.
Yes.
Shelia will be Stefano. Bill gets the next choice. Bill, what would you like?
Caliban, please.
Caliban. Henry, what would you like?
Demetrius.
Henry will be Demetrius. Maggie, what would you like?
I guess I'll be Helena.
Maggie will be Helena.
Look out, Henry. I'm coming for you.
Okay.
It won't be the same as you normally see it.
And okay, I will take Trinculo, and that leaves John to do a second. John will do a second. So it'll be first we'll have Henry and Maggie doing Demetrius and Helena. Then it will be myself, Bill, and Shelia doing the Tempest, Caliban, Stefano, Trinculo, and then John will do an additional monologue. So let me create a.
My computer's taking a little time, but I'm willing to do it. But I'm clicking on it and it's not coming up. Sometimes it does that.
Give me a second to create the banner, then I'm going to take myself out of the stream. So the
Yeah, well, I'm not ready to go because my computer's not cooperating, but
okay.
I'm trying. Okay, there it goes. And it's 2-1. Okay. Scrolling. Titania, Oberon, Titania.
Henry, have you found it, or is
Yeah.
this okay?
Yeah, if I'm ready when you are, Henry.
Okay, so Maggie's ready, so I'll take myself out of the stream, and then as soon as I'm out of the stream, you guys can get started.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here I am, and woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that, do I love you the more?
Oh.
I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel, spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity?
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world. And how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger, bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions, let me go. Or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Why, Demetrius? Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love, as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Thank you, Maggie. That was fun.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, both of you. Let's okay, so now we have our Tempest scene. We have myself, Sheila, and Bill are going to do that one.
Yeah, I come in third, so yeah, get me off
Yeah,
screen and you
yeah.
go
So
at
I
it.
think it's. In fact, I'm going to start. Have you both? I just want. In fact, when it starts, it's just Caliban on. So I'm going to take both of us out and leave just Bill on to start the scene. And I just wanted to have you both on to make sure that you'd found the scene before we started. So you're both good.
Yep.
So I'll take as soon as I take myself out, Bill, get us started with Caliban.
Well, the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats on Prosper fall and make him by inch meal a disease. His spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse. But they'll nor pinch, fright me with urchin shows, pitch me in the mire, nor lead me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way, unless he bid 'em. But for every trifle are they set upon me, sometime like apes that mow and chatter at me, and after bite me, then like hedgehogs which lie tumbling in my barefoot way, and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometime I wound with adders who with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo, now, lo, here comes a spirit of his to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. I'll fall flat. Perchance he will not mind me.
There is neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. And another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombird that would shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon some cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish. He smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. A kind of, not of the newest, poor John. A strange fish. Were I in England now, as once I was, and had but this fish painted, on a holiday, fool, there would give a piece of silver. There would this monster make a man. Any strange beast there makes a man. And they will not give a droit to relieve a lame beggar. They will lazy out 10 to a dead Indian. Leg like a man, and his fins like arms. Warm. Oh, my troth, I do now let loose my opinion. Hold it no longer, that this is no fish, but an islander, that hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas, the storm is come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There is no other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past.
I shall no more to sea, here I shall die ashore. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Moll, Meg, Marian, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate. For she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, go hang. She loved not the savor of tar nor pitch, yet a tailor might scratch her where she did itch. And see, boys, and let her go hang. This is a scurvy tune too, but here's my comfort.
Do not torment me. Oh,
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon the savages and men of India, huh? I have not escaped drowning to be afeard now of your 4 legs, for it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground, and it shall be said so again while Stephano breathes her nostrils.
the spirit of tempt torments me. Oh,
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief. It be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that ever trod on neat's leather.
do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
Oh, he's in his fit now and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If you've never drunk wine afore, we'll go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I'll not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet but little hurt. Thou wilt anon, I know it by thy trembling. Now prosper works upon thee.
Oh, come on your ways, open your mouth. Here is that which will give language to you. Cat, open your mouth. This will shake your shaking, I can tell you. And that soundly. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. It should be, but he is drowned, and these are devils. Oh, defend me!
4 legs and 2 voices? A most delicate monster. His forward voice now is to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. Well, if all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his ague. Come, amen. I will pour some in thy other mouth.
Stefano!
Oh, does thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy, this is a devil, no monster. I will leave him. I have no long spoon.
Stefano! If thou be a Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo. Be not afeard. Thy good friend Trinculo.
Thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How camest thou to be the siege of this half-moon calf? Can he vent Trinculo?
I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke. But art thou not drowned, Stefano? I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm o'erblown? I hid me under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of the storm. And art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano! 2 Neapolitans escaped.
Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach's not constant.
These be fine things, and if they be not sprites, that's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon but a sack which the sailors heaved overboard. By this bottle, which I made of the bark of a tree with mine own hands, since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Here, swear then how thou escapest.
Swam ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Here, kiss the book. Thou canst swim like a duck. Thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stefano, hast any more of this?
Oh, but man, my cellar is in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, mooncalf? How dost thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Oh, out of the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon one time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee and thy dog and thy bush.
Come, swear to that. Kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new content, swear.
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I have feared of him, a very weak monster. The man in the moon, a most poor, credulous monster. Well-drawn monster, in good sooth.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island, and I will kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my god.
By this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster. As God's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come on then, down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster, a most scurvy monster. I could find in my heart to beat him.
Come, kiss.
But that the poor monster's in drink. An abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough, a plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I with my long nails will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee 2 clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young scamels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee now, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king and all our company, else be drowned, we will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle, fellow Trinculo, and we'll fill him by and by again.
Farewell, master, farewell, farewell.
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
No more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetch in firing at requiring, nor scrape trencher, nor wash dish. Dan Caliban has a new master. Get a new man. Freedom. Heyday, heyday. Freedom, freedom, heyday. Freedom.
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Okay.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. I hope, yeah, like I said, I was in a tough spot when I'd already spun. I got 4 rolls and then a scene that I needed 2 more, and a scene that called for 3. And I said, and combined with the fact that I think we'd done that other one pretty recently, I said, okay, let's bump that. I'm going to step in and say, let's not do that. I just added this one to the wheel
Good
because
choice.
I realized it was a good one, and I was one that I thought we'd done 2 recently, one that we hadn't done at all, and I really did want to do, and I'm glad we did it. It was a lot of fun. So, and you were good partners to do it with. Okay, so John had the last choice, so he's going to do a second. Is John still here? Here he is. Okay, so let me bring the wheel back up so that you can do a second monologue, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so John's second monologue is going to be Mercutio, top of speech.
Okay, I lost the screen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, but I have the screen I have the other one. I don't know. I have the one that will get me there. So, which one? What's it? The Queen Mab speech?
Yeah, the Queen Mab speech, Act 1, Scene 4.
Act One. How come
What's that?
I'm on a Midsummer Night's Dream, but what I'm looking at here, it's
No,
not.
it's Romeo and Juliet.
That's
Confuse
right.
you.
Of course, of course.
Romeo and Juliet, Act 1, Scene 4.
Thank you. Okay. Uh, okay, here. Excuse me here. Looking for it. Okay, Act One, Scene.
4.
Okay.
All right. So whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies athwart men's noses as they lie asleep, her wagon spokes made of long spiders' legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, the collars of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film, her wagoner a small gray-coated gnat, not so big as a round little worm pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut made by the joiner squirrel of old grub. Time out o' mind the fairies' coachmakers, and in this state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love, or courtiers' knees that dream on curtsies straight, or layers' fingers who straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry mob with blisterous plagues, because their breaths with sweet meats tainted are. Sometimes she gallops o'er a courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling out of suit. And sometimes comes she with a tithed pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose as he lies asleep. Then dreams he of another benefice. Sometimes she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breaches, ambuscados, Spanish blades, of healths by fathom deep, and then anon drums in his ear, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frighted, swears a prayer or two, then sleeps again. This is the very mab that plats the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the elf-locks and foul sluttish hairs, which once untangled much misfortune bodes. This is the hag, when maids lie on their backs, that presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she. I don't know whether to continue with that or not. Let's just leave it there.
Okay. Awesome. So I will continue the dialogue about whether people like the restream or if they want to go back to StreamYard. I way I'm feeling about it now is I want to at least give it another week of try because I did like some of the features. It was definitely easier for me to play the video for the introduction, and drawback is only 6 people in the room at a time instead of 8. Although, again, truth be told, I would rather more, the more the merrier. I don't even like limiting to 8. So, and this just a thought that's come to my mind, especially since the idea is wanting to get more people to view us from the outside, stream to Facebook as well as YouTube. Kind of, it also, and it might also solve the problem of the comments that pop up in front of my screen. I mean, you can let me know. Let's talk about it in email later on. But I think it might still be the same issue that when you comment on YouTube or comment on Facebook, it might pop up here as well. But I think I would like to try to comment, have everybody. It would also help push it out in the algorithm if more people are watching it there. If you're able to keep a separate tab open for the YouTube, and if you have to silence it so you don't, that would be distracting if you're hearing it from different platforms at the same time, and it's on a time delay. But if people like that way, if because I saw it was Eleanor that was trying to get in. She emailed me. I didn't see that. But if we have an agreement in advance about where everyone's going to be, where the waiting room is, and we also, if we're doing the chat on YouTube rather than here, I'd have that open in a separate tab. I'd see that, and that would also be a way that you're following. If you can't be in the room, you're watching on YouTube, but you know when it's your turn, and that's when you try to enter the room, and I'll have the people whose turn it isn't taken out. And just that's just the thought about how and again, it might improve things if people are commenting there as well. It might push it out more in the YouTube algorithm to get more people to come view us. So those are just some thoughts that are in my head about this. If you really didn't like this new platform, let me know. But it has its definite benefits. Some of the drawbacks are things that I think John has his hand up.
I just wanted to ask, will this be on YouTube? This right here? What we just did?
Yeah,
that will still be on YouTube, correct?
Yeah, it will. That was one benefit. Is like, I mean, ideally, I wanted to, there's some platforms that let me stream go everywhere. I'd like to stream it to TikTok as well. That's one, I have an account there and a lot of followers, and but that's not an option here. I think a paid version I can stream to like unlimited places, but this one for the free version lets me stream to an additional one. So I was doing it. Now it's YouTube and Facebook are places. So it gave me an additional place to stream it to, and we could experiment with that. Gives more chance for outsiders to make comments and so forth. And I thought that might also be a solution to our problem, both of the pop-ups and of people that can't make it into the room. I can be following along on in a separate tab where people are commenting on YouTube that it's their turn. They're trying that, but they need space in the room, and so they can do that. So other people can let me know. We'll talk about it over the next week. I would like to try to at least continue the experiment with this for another week. I did the things that I did like about it. I would like to continue the things that were problems. I think we experiment a little, we can solve them, and this might be the better way to do Wheel of Shakespeare from now on. But let me know your thoughts. Email me. I'll let you know over the course of the next week as we prepare for next week. So the people watching, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week, same time, same channel, for the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. Bye now.